What is up YouTube, and welcome to my very first video I'm making. And today we are going to be making my take on egg fried rice. So currently in the wok, what I have is some sunflower oil and ginger and garlic paste. What you want to do is you just want to cook that out a bit so the oil infuses with it, so it gets all of that amazing flavor. What you want to do is turn the heat up to the highest that it can be, and now you just want to keep stirring it and making sure that oil infuses properly. For the veg, I sliced up some baby marrows as well as some green chilies. In total I used 4 baby marrows and I used 3 green chilies. What you want to do is throw it all in that infused ginger and garlic oil, and you just want to keep on mixing it around so it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. It's very important when making this to keep stirring the veg or at any point your rice, because if it sticks and it starts to burn, that one grain of burnt rice or the veg will infuse everything else to have that paste. So right now we're going to add in our herbs. In there I have chopped up some parsley and coriander with the stems on. For those of you who don't know, the flavor does indeed also come from the stems, and the stems have the most flavor out of the leaves of it. And you're just going to add some salt, just a pinch of salt, and you're going to stir that up. And right now what you want to do is you just want to make sure that that veg is cooked nice and soft. You want to make sure all the flavors infuse together, and especially if you're using rough salt, you want to make sure that you cook it out so that the rough salt melts. You do not want to add the rough salt in too late, because it will still have the big grains all over. As you can see, we have our baby marrow and everything busy cooking in there. Remember, it's very important to keep stirring it. So right now we're going to add my little touch. We're going to put some white truffle oil in it, just to give it a nice truffle taste. About a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, depending on how much truffle flavor you want in it. You can add as much as you want. You can also use fresh truffles if you want, but at this rate the oil will do a much better job, as the rice will soak it up. So right now, while I leave that to cook, I just chopped up some parsley for the ending to garnish it. And what's great about this dish is you can literally add anything to it after your eggs and your rice. You can add chicken, you can add beef, you can add pork, you can add fish, you can add anything. So right now we're gonna throw our rice in. This rice is leftover rice. Egg fried rice is best made with leftover rice. So right now you just want to get that rice all fried up with all the veg, the oil, get it all infused. Remember to keep stirring it, especially with the rice right now. And on occasions flip it. What we do is we flip it, so not only does it prevent it from sticking, all that flavor from the bottom is now going to be flipped on top of the rice, which makes it easier to stir in. The flipping technique is basically more better when you're making pasta dishes, because if you're using a spoon or tongs or anything, you're gonna break the pasta. And what you want with pasta dishes is you want the pasta to have its long grain still. That's why we flip that. You just keep stirring that rice. And you don't want to basically overcook it, you just want to get some color on that rice. And you just flip it again. And now you just want to leave it for about a few 30 seconds, just to let that oil start bubbling up again, and all that infused ginger and garlic oil with the veg and everything now just seeps over that oil and seeps over the rice. There you go, just flip it again. Now we're gonna add some teriyaki sauce. So you're just gonna go around it about 2 times. If you want accurate measurements, you can use accurate measurements. When it comes to teriyaki, I would say use it to taste. Can't really measure it. If you put too much, it will become too salty. You put too little, you won't taste it at all. So now you just want to stir this around. You want to flip it every now and then. You want that rice to get that color of the teriyaki right now. And it's very important that when making egg fried rice, you always use a wok and a flame. That's why I have a mini gas stove I'm using it on. The wok will just give it more flavor when cooked over an open flame than it will on an electric. So now you want to add in your eggs. The eggs were made before I started this video. Simply just 4 eggs scrambled, nothing too hard about that. And now you just want to break the eggs up, because they cool down, they got stuck together. You want to break them up, you want to mix them around, you want to make sure it gets everywhere in that rice. Now another important thing when dealing with soy sauce or teriyaki sauce, be cautionable on the amount of salt you use. You just want to keep stirring, you want to keep flipping. And you just leave it for a bit, just to settle in with all the flavors. I would also suggest you use a non-stick pan or a non-stick wok if you are going to use anything. If you're going to use something else that does intend to stick, you are going to spend hours trying to clean the damn thing. So we're just giving it some final last stirs, just making sure all the flavors intact, making sure everything's there. Now what you would do if you were going to add chicken, if you were going to add pork, fish or anything, you would add it now, but you would pre-cook it beforehand and then throw it in at the end. You can use any herbs, you can use any paste you want, sambal paste. Right now we're going to get a metal spoon, so we can just make dishing up easier than it is with the wooden spoon. And it's always important to keep stirring and keep flipping this. Now we turn the flame off because it is basically done. As you can see, is your egg fried rice. Now we're just gonna go on and dish it up. Some restaurants would serve this up as a side dish. Some restaurants will have this as a main dish. Now with the egg fried rice, you can use it with anything. You can eat it with anything, or you can eat it on its own. So right now the parsley I chopped from earlier for garnish, we're gonna go get that, and we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top to give it some color. And now we're just gonna get some paper towels to wipe the sides. And right now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is your egg fried rice. Thank you for watching. This is Chef Kaylan Mothilal, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.